Hi, my name's Kenny Searles, and this is my object speech. My wife is my audience. Okay, so after thinking about what the professor said in her video, I thought this was going to be a hard assignment. And she said, find an object that directly relates to you. So I was thinking, well, my main thing is antiques. I love antiques, been collecting for a long time. So I chose this little antique here. This is a musket tool, a multi-tool from the 1800s. The infantryman would be carrying this to service his Brown Bess when he was fighting for the War of Independence. So I chose antiques for an obvious reason. Antiques are collected because they're old and different. And I collect many different types of things, from guns from the Revolutionary War to outboards from the big turn of the century. Anything that's old gives me interests me. Now, I have restored furniture. I have yard sale finds where it looks like beat up and trashed, but once you get all that stuff off the outside, you find you have a beautiful old antique. They're really cool. Now, many antiques come from European countries, and it's really a joy when I find one from a European country. I found them from the early 1800s, and I still have a couple pieces. Now, my ancestors came from Greece and England in the 1800s, and then they settled in New England. Now, unfortunately, antiques are old. So in today's world, I would be considered an antique. Antiques can be collected but not valuable, mainly because they had so many of them, they made so many of them, that they're just not really worth that much. So an antique can be collectible but not valuable. Just because it's old doesn't mean that it's worth a ton of money. It just doesn't work that way. But unfortunately out there, you'll have people who try to sell reproductions. They'll sell you a Civil War belt buckle. This was worn in the Battle of Bull Run, or this was, used at Shiloh or something like that, when that's not the case. Those kind of antiques are few and far between, and when you get them, they're really expensive. So people like to fake them. Okay, and that's really discouraging for someone like me who love to collect antiques. Now, on a positive note, I collect antiques and I restore them. And as I'm restoring them, I learn about their history as much as possible. And I'd go and I look where they came from, where they originated from. And because I like doing research like that, I found out more about my history. Now, when these antiques were stored, I just don't put them up on a shelf, never to be used again. I put them into everyday use. I got tools out in my garage from the 1800s that I still use, because they're, why improve on a good thing? And I still use them every day because they're well built and they're still useful. Like me. Now, every antique has its own story. And because I research, I was able to find out where my family came from, what part of England they came from, what part of Greece they came from, and how they managed to get over here to the United States. And that's pretty cool. Now, on the negative part, antiques can be faked, and I said that earlier, and that's unethical. And I don't like fakes, whether it's antiques, people, whatever. I don't like something being represented as real when it's not, because it is really discouraging. Now, the strongest point about what I do with antiques is that antiques are rich in history. I really enjoy researching their stories, and because of this drive, I am able to learn more about the history of my family, more about history in general, because I love history. And with each antique I acquire, I expand my knowledge a little bit more. I learn more about different countries, why they were used, why they were made, how they started out, where the idea came from. So, in conclusion, antiques represent me in 5 ways. There's the obvious way, the unfortunate, the positive, the negative, and the strong way. And like my antiques, my life has many stories, and when I have a chance, I like to share them with my friends and family, and hopefully expand their life a little. Expand their knowledge and pique their interest. And I try to do that every day. So thank you.